Welcome back to an evening on the harbor, live from the Heritage, and the third round of the RBC Heritage Classic has been completed with Charlie Hoffman holding a two-shot lead over Webb Simpson. And this has been quite a tournament so far.
It really has been, and this is quite a scene where we are now. We are just outside of the Michelob 19th hole, which is run by the Sunset Rotary of Hilton Head Island and Southern Eagle Distributors. They raise money for local charities by people coming by here, maybe having a drink after the round, or maybe even a burger or a barbecue sandwich. But this is also a MiFi hotspot.
It is. In fact, we used it just a little while ago. The sound you heard from the leaders was sent back through that hotspot.
That's right. Well, this is the place to come to reconnect with the outside world if you're watching the Heritage from inside the ropes. But the whole course is wired for communication. And our Craig Harney takes a look at all the work that goes into getting the course ready.
When you see a great shot at the Heritage or run across the girl of your dreams, you know you're going to want to tweet it, post it, pin it. Well, thanks to the good folks at Hargray, you can.
Text your friends, go on Facebook, put your photo on Twitter, whatever you want to do, but that connectivity will be available behind the 18th green.
Hargray is responsible for the communications infrastructure at the Heritage, a job that goes back 40 years.
Over 40 years ago, we were here providing probably what amounted to about 5 telephone lines of service for the golf tournament. And Arnold Palmer was walking the golf course, and it was a great time in the history of the tournament. Fast forward 40 years, and those 5 phone lines from 40 years ago have turned into about 3 trillion bits of data that are transmitted across the golf course in a 4-day period.
Keeping communication flowing through cables that are unseen and untripped over by golfers, galleries, and TV cameras is a big job this weekend on Hilton Head, but one the Hargray folks are up to.
There are tens of thousands of spectators throughout the 4-day golf tournament. That cable cannot be out on the ground. It has to be buried for safety purposes, and aesthetically, you just don't want that fiber, those cables out, so they're buried. Much of it by hand, by the way.
Craig Harney, WTOC News.
We saw a lot of cable in that story, but you know what you don't see on the golf course is cables on the ground. They do a great job of hiding them. Really makes everything look neat around the course.
And 4 telephone lines with the first Heritage?
Unbelievable. Things have changed a little bit.
Just a little.
How many of those were cell phones?
A bunch. We'll be back in just a moment with a look at the player who is missing from this tournament, maybe missed the most.